March 23, 2021. San Antonio, Texas. Bill Greehey Arena. It's the second round of the NCAA Women's Tournament. Iowa is up against Kentucky, a fifth seed going head-to-head with a fourth seed. And right in the middle of all this, a freshman from West Des Moines, Iowa is about to introduce herself to the entire country in the loudest way possible. But before we talk about the game, we need to set the stage. Because what was happening around this moment makes it even more unreal. This was the first NCAA women's tournament held during the COVID pandemic. A full bubble setup. Every game played in San Antonio. No real crowd in most arenas. Just empty seats and silence. It all felt strange, almost like a dream you're not fully awake in.
Remember, with the NCAA bubble to prevent the spread of COVID-19, the Wildcats are spending most of their downtime isolating.
Iowa entered that game with a 20-9 record, and honestly, almost no one was talking about them. They weren't in the preseason top 25. They weren't on anyone's shortlist for a deep run. March arrived and most people were looking right past them. And outside of Iowa City, Caitlin Clark wasn't a big name yet. She was just a freshman. She had solid numbers in the regular season, nothing flashy enough to shake the country. And this was only her second NCAA tournament game. Most of the attention was locked on the big matchup everyone expected, Iowa's Caitlin Clark versus Kentucky's Rhyne Howard. One rising star against one proven superstar. Howard was already a household name in college basketball. Clark was still a question mark for most fans watching. Before the tip-off, Clark walked over to head coach Lisa Blutter and said something simple, but telling. She looked around the quiet, tight arena, more like a high school gym than a national stage, and said, "It's a shooter's gym, coach." Blutter just told her to let it fly. And she did exactly that. Iowa came out fast and took control before Kentucky even settled in. Gabby Marshall started things with a jumper. Kate Martin followed with a layup. Then Clark stepped in and knocked down a three. Just like that, it was 11-0, and Kentucky looked completely shocked. The Wildcats started 0-4-8 from the field. Nothing was falling. Nothing was working. And Clark was already everywhere. She was reading the defense like it was moving in slow motion. Making passes before help could even arrive. Staying calm, never rushing, always one step ahead. That's not normal for a freshman in March. Not even close. She kept it going. A jumper off a Clark assist to Monica Chinano. A layup from Clark herself. Then she stepped back and hit another three, pushing Iowa to 18-8. Kentucky had no answer, so they called timeout just to try to slow it all down. It didn't help. They tried rotating faster. They tried closing out harder. They tried scrambling, switching, adjusting. Nothing worked. Every decision they made seemed to open up something easier for her. And Clark wasn't just scoring. She was doing everything. Defensive rebounds. Perfect passes into the post. Smart reads every single possession. If the defense gave her a choice, she picked the right one every time. She looked like a player who had been running a team for years, not someone playing her second NCAA tournament game. By the end of the first quarter, Iowa was up 23-11, and Clark already had 14 points. The game had already tilted. In the second quarter, things only got worse for Kentucky. Clark opened with a layup. Then another assist to Chinano. Then she pulled up from way outside, about 26 feet, and drilled a three. The Iowa bench exploded. And she didn't stop. Another three. Then another bucket off movement. Then another deep shot that stretched the lead even further. Kentucky tried a box and one, trying to take her out completely. It didn't matter. She still found space. Still hit shots. Still created offense even when they were literally designing the defense around her. By halftime, Iowa was up 49-22. And Clark had 24 points. She had outscored Kentucky by herself in the first half. A freshman. In her second tournament game. Doing that on a national stage. In the third quarter, Kentucky tried to fight back. Rhyne Howard started getting into rhythm. The defense got more physical. Iowa turned it over a couple of times, and the lead shrank a bit. For a short moment, there was a sense that maybe things could tighten up. But every time Kentucky made a push, Clark answered. A rebound. A push in transition. A layup plus a free throw. A 3 off an assist. The momentum never lasted long enough for Kentucky to fully grab it. Whenever they got close, she shut the door. By the fourth quarter, Iowa was up 70-46. The game was basically over. Clark spent most of the final stretch on the bench, watching her team finish it off. Final score, Iowa 86-72. Clark finished with 35 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. 6 threes. Efficient. Controlled. Relentless. Rhyne Howard still had a strong game with 28 points and 8 assists, but she never really got control of the moment. That belonged to Clark. After the game, Iowa head coach Lisa Blutter summed it up simply. Nobody had them even receiving votes at the start of the season. And now they were moving on to the Sweet 16. But the real story was already clear. A freshman in a quiet bubble arena in San Antonio, calling it a shooter's gym, and then proving it right on the biggest stage she had ever played on.
I'm going to try to force contested shots from the three-point line, and there is Caitlin Clark knocking down a big one.
Iowa had come ready to play, but Caitlin Clark leading the charge.